Hey everyone, happy December 31st of 2023 as we're entering into the new 2024 year. Although society has considered January to be the new year, it actually is in March, which is okay. You get to believe what you want and I believe what I want. Welcome to my channel. Here, I just kind of channel and allow things to flow through me with information that has been given to me through spirit, through my psyche, through the collective mindset and how I process things, and off of my heart space of where I'm kind of guided to give information. So if you're here, you are on a certain frequency, vibrational radio station, if you will, in order to receive the transmissions that I have to give. So one way or another, whether it's a trigger, an awareness, an enlightenment of some sort, you're here for a reason and you're going to get something out of this. And then you get to take that on your own journey of how you perceive and are projecting out into the world as you see it. So a lot has been coming in, and I'm not here to make any predictions or anything like that. I am just going to speak to what has been coming in today, and there's a lot of energy coming into me today. And I haven't done a video in a while because I've been doing a lot of internal work and kind of navigating my own system through the planetary shifts and the energies and trying to work with the energies. So today, a lot that has been coming up has been a lot of information coming in about the 30s and the 40s, and kind of looking back and what were we doing around the 30s and the 40s and what was happening in that in the collective at that time. And around the 30s was kind of when Mickey Mouse came into our awareness and was created in the comic strips, right, and the cartoons and everything. But also this is when the planet Pluto actually was found and considered to be now the planet of Pluto, which is our unconscious psyche and our deep underbelly emotions, right? And again, this is just an energy and an archetype of how your psyche plays out with the energy of the planetary systems that kind of shoot the energy down to the planet, and then we're kind of feeling things and we don't know what we're feeling and why we're feeling it and what's happening. But yet knowing about certain things like this kind of helps you to know, holy shit, this is kind of what's happening with the energy, because you're matter and energy, that's all you are, and how your psyche plays out, and that helps your growth in the collective consciousness awareness of your own reality that you get to manifest for your own life, but then kind of witness around the collective of what's happening as a whole. So Pluto kind of comes up to be like the destruction and like bring everything up from the underbelly of the dark psyche, the unconsciousness. So lots of shadowing and lots of projections and lots of darkness, if you will, to be witnessed and unfolding. So you'll kind of look around and see that that's already happening, because since the 30s and 40s, which was the World War II and the Holocaust was happening around that time. And so it's kind of repeating. And the reason why it's repeating is because, again, we're playing out things in the collective psyche that all of the shadow aspects are coming up again to be witnessed. And it's about paying attention to how you are in your own personal life, and are you doing the inner work of the shadows that come up within you, within your relationships, and how you respond out in the collective as a whole. And that can be in relation to when you're driving around, you know, are you in that complete state of rush and angst, and is your nervous system in a state of stress, and you're not allowing yourself to feel your feelings? And are you still stuck in those patterns of chaos within your mind to where you're not allowing the emotions that are kind of the underbelly of what's coming up for you to be witnessed by you, and the pain that you're feeling in your body and the sadness that you're feeling within your own reality? If you are shoving that down and you're not allowing that to come up, well, then your nervous system is in a complete chaos energy. And so you have the thought, you get all crazy in the mind, and you start having that thought process, and then that thought process overthinks and overthinks, and then the catastrophe of that unfolds into an energy within your body, right? So then you're causing dis-ease within your body. And then what that does is that builds energy around your toroidal field, which is your auric field around your body and what you're projecting out into the world, which then you attract in that, which is then your own reality of how you perceive it, because you're the only one perceiving your reality as you see it. So if you're in complete chaos and a shit show and you're not feeling your emotions and you're stifling them down, that's just causing complete resistance, and the gears are almost like rusty and they're like, and you're trying to control and push and penetrate in a way where you're forcing things to happen instead of being in the flow of relaxing into the emotions and allowing whatever emotions come to the surface to be felt, and just surrendering to allowing all of what wants to be witnessed by you to be present. And then, and only then you start to be in the flow of things, and then your reality kind of shifts, and then what you attract is more of a sense of flow and harmonious ebb and flow, if you will, in your life. And all of this is kind of coming up in the collective again, which is why you're seeing the war. And right now, Pluto, the planet energy of Pluto, is actually over the United States. And so this is also around the 30s, I believe, is when we had the crash with Wall Street and all of that. So we're actually up against that again. So for the year of 2024, you're going to see a lot of that financial crash in the collective, because it's in the collective psyche. It's how everyone's thinking. It's the underbelly of the shadows of the emotions that some people don't even know because they're still kind of sleeping and walking through life, which is okay. They're still serving their purpose. Yet here you're watching this video and getting this information in my transmissions to you so that you can be aware of, and you're on the same frequency. So I believe that you're here to also know that you are one of the collective few that are willing to do the inner work, are willing to look inside, are willing to change your intentions out in the world, are willing to stop for a moment, to, instead of being like reactive and penetrative and like, fuck you and fuck the world and that person's driving slow, and you know, like all these crazy emotions that come up, and you're like projecting it out onto the reality, and then your reality actually gets more intense for you because you're fighting it. But if you're one of the few that kind of are more aware of the emotions that are coming up and your thought patterns, and you actually just calm down and sit within that, you realize that, holy shit, I'm the one that's creating all the loops of the patterns of my habits that are creating my reality for me. And so from the 30s and 40s time frame, and now we're back in this same energy moving into 2024. And we've also been in the epoch of, what was it, the Holocene for about 11,700 years, I believe. And we're, I believe, since the 50s now. Oh, please don't quote me on this. And if you have to, that's great. Leave it in the comments to correct me. But I believe it's the Apothecene that we're coming into now. So the earth is shifting, and the Holocene was more about like the fossils and all of that, and kind of building that foundation. And now what we're rolling into is the age of Aquarius, and also the Apothecene is more about, okay, now the Holocene was more fossils and we're digging up stuff, but now it's like, how has humanity been treating Mother Gaia? How has humanity been trashing this planet? And we're just a bunch of, I don't want to come off as being like rude here or anything. And there's nothing wrong with cockroaches, but it's almost like a lot of humanity, we've been like trashing Mother Earth and not respecting her and doing all these things. So it's almost like we're kind of coming in and breeding and just taking advantage of Mother Gaia. And so moving forward into this new epoch, it's like you get the choice. Are you going to use everything to kind of continue down that path of the timeline of where we're destroying Mother Gaia? Or are you actually going to turn within and heal yourself and become one with all in a way that is helping Mother Gaia and helping the collective consciousness and healing your psyche and healing being of service to yourself to heal within, but then also when your cup is overflowing and full, then you're able to be of service to the collective consciousness, the collective as a whole. You're able to you just clear patterns within yourself and put in the pure intentions of how you're living your life. And that then opens up the energy of a more loving state. You have an open heart chakra in that moment, and you're not doing it to gain something from others and from everything. When you're expecting things and you're trying to grab it and you're trying to control it, and you're thinking in a lack mindset of like, I don't have this, and I want it so bad. And there's, again, that's more of like that resisting energy that just causes resistance within your field, and it's just pushing negativity out into your collective, which then brings in more unconscious states of relations in the world. And you're in relationship to everything, whether you're single, in a relationship, in a family, in a community, you are in relation to everything. Even if you're sitting in nature, you're in relation to Mother Gaia. You're in relation to the birds, the bees, the animals around you, everything. Everything can see your aura and feel your energy. So how you are up here, you start with a thought, and then that creates an emotion, and then you feel the emotion in your body. And then once you feel the emotion in your body, negative or positive, however you want to see it, it's serving its purpose, exactly how it's supposed to be, then that creates the energy. And that energy is around your toroidal field, which is constantly a rotation, right? And the smaller your toroidal field is around your body, the more susceptible you are to lower, denser energies attracting to you. You are more susceptible to picking up and attaching dis-ease, if you will. But you are the creator of your reality, so you are creating your own disease within your body by the thoughts that you have. So it's becoming aware of those thoughts in your mind and retraining your brain and creating new neural pathways within your brain that then create higher states of consciousness, higher states of bliss. Because what's happening is when you're overthinking and you're not the observer, you're just kind of like being puppeteered, if you will. And it's like, everything happens to me, and oh, that person over there is doing that, and I don't like the way that being is being, and everything, you're the victim in everything you do. And that's okay if you want to be the victim in your life, and maybe that's what your soul came to choose. But you do have the choice, right? There is always a choice. You have one timeline here and one timeline here. You can choose to be the victim and continue down the shit road of blaming and projecting and constantly reacting and being angry and putting that on people. Or you can actually choose to go, oh shit, in this moment, fuck, I'm feeling rage, but I'm not going to go ahead and blame this person. I know that this is my rage, and why am I feeling rage? Oh shit, this is actually coming from something from the past. And then you just kind of unravel and become your own observer within your life to go, wow, this pattern's coming up because this happened on this day back when I was, I don't know, 7 years old, let's say, and it's just now like rearing its ugly head again, and these patterns keep playing out. So if you are a type of person also that has patterns of, let's just use romantic relations, if you will, like a lot of us feminines in our relationships, I know you've heard of this a lot. It's like the woman is always like, well, my man picker's just off. My man picker's off. You know, it's like, I always just attract her. I always get with the with the men that just don't treat me right and yada, 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 right? So we all get it. We've all been there, and some of us might still be there, and it's okay if that's where you're at. Don't judge yourself. Give yourself love, empathy, and compassion, because you might not know until you're even seeing this video, like, holy shit, how do I even know how to begin or to stop attracting this? And it does all begin within you. You are unconsciously attracting these types of people in your life because you have wounds that you haven't dealt with since your childhood or early portion of your life. And because you haven't dealt with and empowered yourself and loved yourself in ways that no one outside of you can give you, then this is why you're at that phase of your journey where you're grabbing and trying to control and I want. So then it's like you're going based on your ego thoughts of what you think you desire, but it's unconscious. And so you're not actually stopping in that moment and going, oh shit, why am I attracted to this person? And is this for my highest good? And is this person going to be able to stand next to me and help me in a way that is not coming from a place of I'm pulling from this person to give me something? Is it going to be from more of a supportive place of where you're at, where it's like, I'm complete in myself and this person is also complete in their self? And although we may have patterns that come up with each other where there's some karma that needs to be cleared out, is this person able to show up and be stable and be understanding and compassionate within their own journey, and having that connection of you and your divinity are connected and you're already complete in that. And that person and their divinity is connected and they're already complete in that. And then you can come into each other and stand next to each other in support and love and liberate yourselves through your heart chakras together with that divinity above you. But what always comes first is you and your divinity and your connection and your own knowing first. And then again, you will attract consciously, by being consciously aware of it, of lessons and liberation of opening your heart and softening into the heart space and speaking your truth in each moment, to then be the most powerful sources together moving forward. Not from a state of, what can I get from this person and how can they feel me? I just want to be loved. Because if you're coming from a place of like, I'm lonely, I want to be loved, I'm tired of being alone, I'm just, again, you can be in a relationship with this, feeling this, or you can be in completely single feeling this. But if you're coming from that place of that lack, that is where it's going to be a place where it's pushing it away from you, and you're actually going to unconsciously attract someone that's going to end up probably just releasing more of the chemicals of chaos and toxicity within the relationship, versus finding your own self, what you truly love, what you are willing to and not willing to put up with for your own sake of your own being. And in order to do that, you must go within and heal all of the patterns that you think, and that create a feeling, and that create pain and discontent and dis-ease in your body. And then that creates, again, the energy outside of you, to which you then draw in what you attract. Because how you feel, what you think, and the energy is your reality of how it will unfold for you. And you're the only one perceiving the reality that you're creating for yourself. There is no one and nothing outside of you that is creating your life. You are it. It's like every relationship that you have, it is a mirror to show you where you're at. So if you have relations with others, where you go to the grocery store, if you have relationships with friends or with your family members or people in the community or romantic relationships, if you are constantly feeling or seeing things in your reality that are chaotic, or you perceive them as shit, or that person's an asshole or whatever, you are drawing that into your reality because there's something within your energy field that it is showing you. It is mirroring it to you. Once you figure that out, you will be able to adjust and heal your inner wounds and your thoughts and your cycles. And once that happens, you'll start to see the flow. Now, life is always going to be ups and downs and seasons of rest and seasons of crazy energy and action. And sometimes it's going to be, I need to just sit still and be alone for who knows how long. But what happens is when you're connected to divinity, you're connected to God, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever experience you want to have. And even if you don't believe this, that's okay. Because that's the reality that you're living in. This is simply a share of how I experience my life. And if it resonates with you, great. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. Because again, we are all here serving a purpose. I just share. I just like to share because I think that sharing actually helps others to kind of understand, oh shit, I might be going through the same thing, or wow, I never thought of it that way. I'm not here to persuade you into a certain way or a belief. I believe that whatever you believe and whatever you have faith in is right for you. Everyone has their own experience, and no experience is the same with each individual human being on this planet. And so anyway, I'm kind of getting off because I'm just off the subject, because I'm just kind of channeling and allowing things to go through me. But we are at the beginning stages of a new epoch, okay? And again, what was happening in the 30s and 40s is unraveling now, and it's starting to unravel, and 2024 is going to be a beautiful year. And the collective consciousness since about 2020 has been awakening more. It kind of started around 2012 when souls started to awaken a little bit. But 2020 was like the massive like pounding and hitting of like, holy shit, souls are choosing to die. Like the ones that came, they chose to die. Their souls serve their purpose and they're like, I'm out. They have to do things from the other realm. That they're not able to do with their physical body here. And so they learn those lessons. Anyway, I won't get into all of that. That's for another video. But around 2020, it was like the mass hit of like a lot of people chose to, all right, I'm in this. I'm feeling like I want to die, but I'm going to go ahead and choose to live instead. And then the ones that did choose to kind of live and awaken even more into different states, a lot of us went into a state of psychosis, and it was like no one kind of knew what was going on. But since then, we've all been doing the work, the inner work, the hard work, showing up for ourselves. Even when we want to die and leave this planet, we're still like, nope, let me just give it a few more days and process through this and just get through this. And those workings and inner workings and changing and transmuting all of those dense, dark shadows that are deep, deep, deep below us, being brought up and felt and cleared, not just through my own personal heart chakra and crown, but through the collective psyche. Because when I do the inner work for myself, I not only clear up all of my past lineage of my family members on both my mom and dad's side, that then spreads down to my children, my grandchildren, their grandchildren, right? When I clear up all these patterns of all of the abuse or whatever, there's no blame there. It just is what it is. But when you clear all those dark shadows, you clear the energy within all of this, right? But then not only does it spread through my own personal family, it spreads out into the collective, but also in the psyche, mind of the collective consciousness, because you are energetically connected to everyone and everything. That what you think, you might think are your thoughts, but they're actually of the collective consciousness thought. and then you as your human being interjects that from your soul knowledge, then you perceive it as you will, as it unfolds in your reality. Okay. So I know it's kind of a lot of information, and if you're new to this, this may not make sense for you, but you're still here for a reason, even if this doesn't make sense for you, because you could be remembering this video 2 years from now and go, holy shit, it just hit me. This, that, blah, blah, blah information. I didn't even realize the transmissions back when I watched that video, but now it totally makes sense. So you're here for a reason, okay? There's no coincidences. Everything is a frequency. So if you're on a certain frequency of a radio station, my ears are ringing now. If you're on a certain frequency of a radio station, you're able to connect with that consciousness level of that psyche, of the information, of the transmissions, of the energy, because I am giving you energy just with my frequency of my voice. So all of this transmissions are being sent to you. I know you can feel the energy from my hands. Anyway, so you are getting what you need to get. And then people that are maybe on like a frequency down here, or maybe even a little bit higher over here, are not going to line up to the frequency of what this transmission is right now. And so again, there's no coincidences. Everything is a frequency of vibration. And if you want to be on a certain frequency of a certain vibration, and you want a certain lifestyle, or you have this vision in your mind, as long as you keep focusing on that vision, and you just focus and focus and focus, and you keep giving it love and intention every moment, as long as you need to focus on it, that will naturally unfold in your life. But what might happen is, if you have densities within that area of your life where it's like, I want to be up here on this frequency, but right now I'm kind of vibrating down here on this frequency, your life will unfold in ways where it might feel uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable here and you want to be up here, you've got to get fucking knocked off your seat and get uncomfortable and feel the emotions that need to be cleared in order to raise your frequency vibration to be at the level of the manifestation that you want in your life. And so just expect that to happen, and just let go. Like, just be that, I don't know, I don't want to say dead body, but like, be that just like completely like limp body rolling down the river. Like, even if you get tossed or turned and caught under some rocks, you know, they say don't fight it when you're like in the river, right? And you get caught in one of those loops where the water's just going and you're like tumbling and tumbling, and most people fight it and they end up drowning. Just surrender and let go. And eventually that water will push you out and you won't drown. You'll actually be happy and like, holy shit, I made it to the bank. And I don't mean the bank where it has money. I mean it to the side banks of Mother Gaia, where you survived and were pushed out, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Just ground yourself and all is going to be good. And I hope you go within and heal all of the things that want to come up, that want to be witnessed by you, and they want to be felt by you. They're not here to project onto others and to blame others, because you have to be responsible for how you're showing up in a relationship, in every relation to everything, because everything that's happening around you is who you are. So if you see negative, you have a negative energy. If you see love and oneness and all the joy in the world, you have that love and oneness on all the joy in the world, because that's you. It's being mirrored to you. So adjust accordingly. And although, again, like I said, everyone thinks it's New Year's Eve today, I'm going to just wish you a beautiful, normal day, because I'm very unconventional like that. And Happy New Year in March. Blessings to you all. Thank you for being here and watching this. Have a great day.